So you just got back from the doctor's office and maybe you were prescribed Ozempic or Wegovy for your weight loss journey. The next big question you might have is how much weight are you going to lose by taking this medication? Well, for you as an individual, the short answer is, I don't know. Nobody actually knows how much weight you, in particular, are going to lose by taking this medication. You see, everyone is a little bit different. We all have a completely different genetic and physiological makeup. As well, there are going to be a number of factors that are going to influence how much weight somebody can lose. So, if your starting weight is higher, you're likely going to lose more weight. If you have other chronic diseases and medications you're taking, those might influence your weight. As well, the number of weight loss attempts you've done in the past are also going to play a role, along with your various life circumstances and so on. Really, the list goes on and on and on, and all of these things in your life are going to influence how much weight you will ultimately lose with or without a medication. The only thing we really can tell you is what was the average amount of weight loss for the individuals in the various studies. So, to use Wegovy or semaglutide as an example, at a dose of 2.4 milligrams once per week, the individuals that were taking it in the Step 1 trial lost on average 15% of their weight from baseline over a 68-week period. So to put that into English terms here, what that means is that if your starting weight is 200 pounds, 15% of 200 pounds lost from baseline is about 30 or so pounds. So an individual that is 200 pounds, they would lose on average about 30 pounds down to 170 pounds. Now, the other big factor to remember here is that in these studies, the individuals that were put on these drugs were given a 500 calorie per day deficit diet, and they were told to get about 150 minutes of activity in every single week. So, following those parameters and taking the medication led to that 30-pound weight loss for a 200-pound individual. Now, of course, some people are going to lose less weight, and some people in these studies lost a lot more weight. Again, the factors and reasons that are contributing to that are wide and varying, and it's going to really depend person to person. The other important thing that I can tell you is that just about every single one of you is expecting to lose way more weight than what we actually clinically expect based on the averages from those trials. So for that 200-pound individual, on average, we expect about a 30-pound loss with Wegovy, but you guys are expecting a 40, 50, or 60-pound weight loss when you're taking Wegovy. Now again, the reason for these unrealistic expectations vary widely. Everything from comparing yourself to somebody online, or comparing yourself to your friend Susan at work, or just the preconceived notions that you have around weight loss and that you expect to get down to, say, your pre-pregnancy weight again, or to the weight that you were when you were back in your 20s. Ultimately, 99% of you are setting an expectation for weight loss that is entirely unrealistic and is likely going to set you up for failure when you fail to reach that expectation. So ultimately, the amount that you're going to lose is going to depend on, like I said, all the various factors and things that are going to influence and have a role in your weight. It's also going to depend on the various changes you're able to make, the things you're able to implement, and what your current life circumstances are. If you have 2 young children at home and you're expecting yourself to be going to the gym 7 days a week and eating in a calorie deficit every single day, you really need to check those expectations. As well, a lot of people tend to do really well from, say, Monday to Thursday. They follow the diet, they pack their lunch, everything's going well. But then Friday, Saturday, Sunday kind of turn into a bit of a dumpster fire with going out for meals, having some alcohol, and just in general relaxing for the weekend. And I mean, sure, you might initially lose some weight, but eventually if you keep that pattern up, the weight loss is going to stall out. Trust me, this is exactly what I used to do back in the day, until I just learned to find a better balance with life and to be more consistent every single day through the week. But if we back things up a little bit and maybe look a little bit deeper, let's say we get away from the number and how much you're actually going to lose, and actually let's ask the question, does it even matter how much you're going to lose? lose? Have you maybe created more of an idea or generalization that if you lose X amount of weight, then that's when you're going to be happy and that's when you're going to be healthy? When in reality, you can be happy and healthy now while also working on making some changes and then seeing where your weight ultimately falls out at. So what I'm really saying here is we want to move away from a particular number on the scale and really start striving for health. And I don't know about you, but for me, health, I define it as living your bestest, healthiest, and most fulfilling life. And really, my weight has absolutely nothing to do with that. And so, are you currently living your healthiest and bestest life? And if you're not, what can you actually start doing to start working your way towards that? You see, these medications like Ozempic, Wegovy, and Mounjaro are fantastic because they can help you and provide you the support so that you can go about making the various changes that you need to make. But again, they're nothing special. They're just a little bit of a support to make those things a bit easier to engage in, because those behaviors are going to be what ultimately gives you health. Now, the weight that you reach when you are living your healthiest and bestest life is what we ultimately call your best weight. At your best weight, you're engaging in a level of activity that you can consistently do and that you also enjoy. And you're also eating an amount of food that nourishes your body and allows you to do the things that you really want to do. And of course, enjoying all of the really good foods in life in moderation. The most important thing here that is going to influence how much weight an individual is going to lose and ultimately their health outcomes is going to be finding the lifestyle changes and behaviors that are sustainable for them long term. Not just for a period of time to lose the weight, but for the duration of your life. And to again clarify, because I'm sure some people will come at my throat in the comment section about this, you are allowed to lose weight. No one's saying that you can't have some kind of weight loss goal in mind. But the goal here is not to just lose weight for the sake of losing weight because you believe that's going to lead to healthier life and to you being happy and such. The goal is to aim for health, and that is what we ultimately want to strive for in terms of living our healthiest and bestest life. So I hope that's given you a little bit of perspective and maybe some kind of idea on how much weight you might lose, but ultimately, does it really matter in the grand scheme of it all? Again, give yourself plenty of compassion along the way because losing weight is really hard and your life circumstances are going to be very different from mine, from Susan's, from whoever on Facebook is having a massive amount of success with these medications. So I hope that provides you a bit of perspective and kind of gives you an idea of how much weight you can kind of expect to lose. Probably you need to recheck those expectations that you have. As well, I hope this kind of reframes things and takes you away from that number that you're supposed to lose or that you feel you need to lose, and really kind of makes things into a different perspective to help you refocus on health and what is ultimately truly important in life. And please don't compare yourself to your friend Susan or to the individual on Facebook. You ultimately don't know what their life circumstances are and what they're doing to lose that weight. It's important to remember that your journey, your life is yours alone, and there is no point in comparing yourself to other people because you are drastically different. So that is it, and that is all, you beautiful people. As always, don't forget to check me out on my other social media channels at The Official Dr. Dan. As well, be sure to join me here every Wednesday evening at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, where I do a live. I usually talk about a topic and then take all of your questions, and we go through everything from top to bottom. So be sure to come here and check it out on my YouTube channel. As well, of course, you need to definitely subscribe so that you know when I'm going to be doing a live. As well, you can know when new videos are coming out. And of course, if you got some kind of value out of this video, please feel free to share it and pass it along to your friends. It means the world to me and helps me to get my message out to more and more people. And finally, if you happen to be in the Alberta area, definitely come and check me out at my obesity clinic, Apothecare Pharmacy. You can find the links down below in the description. As well, you can check out apothecarerx.ca, and you can book in with myself for a full front-to-back obesity consultation, and we can see if we can help and support you along your weight management journey. And until next time, my friends, always remember that small tweaks lead to massive peaks.